Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm Besa Gordon.
And I'm Curtis Delgardo II, a.k.a. Cuddy.
And you guys, we have a very special show for you today. Of course, we're going to have our weekend picks. We're going to tap in with a very special Artist Corner shout out. We're going to do a birthday shout out, but we're also going to be joined by Seattle's legendary Supreme La Rock. But to get everything started off, you already know we're going to pass it on over to Cuddy for the weekend warm-up.
Yep, kicking off our weekend warm-up, we got the House of Vibes, the Mixtape Party, presented by Black Diamond Event, which is a party with 2 floors, 4 DJs, and 1 ultimate mixtape party, which is happening Friday, October 24th at Chapel Lounge from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Those tickets can be found via Eventbrite. Next, we got Sneaky Link, presented by DJ Blast, which is his 9th annual costume party, which is also happening Saturday, October 25th in Pioneer Square from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. You can get tickets now at ogblast.com. And capping off my weekend warm-up is going to be Rhythm and Flow, brought to you by Emily Delago and RYT 200, which is a yoga and house party pop-up happening Saturday, October 25th at DRYP. Doors will be opening at 5:45 p.m. However, the event will be from 6 to 8 p.m. Tickets can also be found via Eventbrite. Also, planning ahead, for the lovers only, they bring to you an R&B party once again Friday, November 21st at Voo Lounge from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. They have a crazy DJ lineup, so make sure you get your tickets, your sections, all that in advance, and you can find tickets now at fortheloversonly.love.
Let's get into my events. First and foremost, this Saturday, October 25th, it's going down at Palace Casino over in Lakewood. Platinum Events presents All R&B Jam. Child, this is coming back, and if you've ever been, you already know it's a vibe. This one's going to be dope because Seattle's own DJ Cole will be playing your favorite old school and new school R&B hits. Plus, it will be hosted by Platinum Mike. Now, there's also going to be food, and y'all know I'm always down for anything with food, okay? So there's going to be some Buddy's chicken and waffles, which is just in time because on Monday was chicken and waffle day, so you already know they had to bring that on out. Now, if you have any birthdays and you want to celebrate, you're able to actually get your own personal flyer, which, you know, we always like our own personal flyer. You can grab your tickets right now before they sell out on Facebook. And if you want VIP tables, you want to contact 253-617-5119. Now for my next event, this one's actually being put on by my good sis, Elisha, who you've actually seen at many of her events like Legendary AF. I've gone to ones over in I went to one over in Auburn. I went to another one that was here in Seattle. If you watch Back to Besa, you've definitely seen them. She is also the host of the Legendary Dope podcast, which I'm definitely tapping into this week's episode. If you know, you know why. But also, Cuddy, I know you like your tequila. However, my good sis just teamed up with a Black-owned vodka company called Zawadi.
That's dope.
And it's local.
That's fine. Not really a vodka person, but I can get behind Black-owned businesses, and I'm with that.
Would you'd at least have to try it because it's Black-owned and it's local.
A little taster too.
A little tasty taste won't hurt you.
Right.
So look, you guys, if you want a little tasty taste, and you should, because anything that my girl Elisha does is a vibe. There's a reason why her events are called Legendary AF. I'm not going to sit here and say the F word on this show, but it's called Legendary AF for a reason, because they really are legendary. I'm always meeting so many different people. I'm always learning about new brands. She is really known for not only hosting events, but hosting themed events. So if you haven't, definitely check them out on social media at Legendary AF Series. Also check them out on my Instagram. I have some of the events that we've covered. But this Sunday, October 26th, they are having a cocktail tasting for Zawadi. This is happening over at Rise and Shine Cabaret Cafe. This is over in Tacoma at 401 Garfield Street South. It is a $10 entry, but you want to hit up Elisha on Facebook to get that RSVP link. And from what I've actually heard, it's almost sold out. So look, don't say I didn't warn you. Make sure that you RSVP now rather than later, because I know how y'all do. And don't be saying that you didn't hear about it and all of a sudden everybody is over here getting their Zawadi on and you over here missing out. Okay. Now, my next event, look, Tuesday, October 28th at Langston Hughes is Scope Screenings. And this is the spooky edition, okay? Last year I went to the spooky edition and the costumes were costuming, okay? The films that they had on screen were actually really in theme with Halloween. Not all of them, but a lot of them, which is actually really, really dope. But really, seeing everybody dress up as adults was also a vibe. So definitely make sure that you pull up to this month's Scope Screenings. Look, we're on season 4. This is episode 5. There's only 3 episodes left of Scope Screenings, okay? This month, November, and December. So of course you can grab your tickets right now over at lexfilms.com/Scope Screenings. And then also on Wednesday, see, I'm telling you about these two now because by the time next week comes, these events will have already happened, right? Wednesday, D-Smoke is going to be in town over at Numos. Now, I'm warning you, this is an all ages event, and if you've ever been to Numos, Cuddy, I'm pretty sure you can attest to this. Them all ages events go crazy. And if you are trying to be down there with the under 21, you got to get there early because you will be all the way in the back by the back wall by the door, damn near outside, okay? Otherwise, you might as well be upstairs with the 21 plus looking over the balcony because downstairs will be a sea of people. So get there early. And of course,
make sure that you tell them that for them upstairs seats, you definitely have to have an RSVP for that. Hey, so
yeah, don't be sitting in nobody's seat.
Go ahead, hit that link early, reserve your table for you and your group.
Absolutely, and you can definitely do that over at showboxpresents.com. Now, I do have 2 save the dates for you, okay? Wednesday, November 2nd, that is 2 days after my birthday. Go Scorpios. Over at Climate Pledge Arena, NBA Young Boys Massa Tour is going to be in town. And then November 16th, 6 days after my birthday, Burna Boy, his No Sign of Weakness tour is going to be over at Climate Pledge Arena. And of course, you can grab both of those tickets over at climatepledgearena.com. That's been amazing.
Come on. That's fire. We got a nice we warmed them up nicely. They should be feeling good.
Nice and toasty, unlike outside, child's cold. Now, with that being said, look, you guys, we are going to go to a quick commercial break. But before we do, I have to give you your reminder. We got a lot of stuff going on in the city. Traffic has been trafficking. So if you are smart, and I know that you are because you are watching Almost the Weekend because you're already trying to get ahead of the game so that way you're not over here like, I don't know what to do, take Metro, okay? Take Metro. Take the light rail. Take the water taxi and get those views. First of all, it's a heck of a lot cheaper than Uber. You don't have to deal with parking. And again, it's a lot cheaper than Uber. And it's no shade to Uber, but I took an Uber one day and it was about 2 miles and it was $25. And I was like, where did I just go? What just happened here?
Next time, huh?
What?
Said make you use your own 2 feet next
Man,
time.
I might as well have just taken a scooter.
Oh, I love a good glider.
Like what? However, Metro, light rail, and water taxi is the way to go, okay? Do yourself the favor, save the money and the headache, all right? So with that being said, like I was saying, we are about to go to a quick commercial break, but when we come back, Cuddy has a very special Artist Corner shout out for you. Of course, it's almost the weekend.
Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm your co-host, Curtis Delgardo, aka Cuddy, and this is a special edition of the Artist Corner as we have a special shout out to our guy, our dog, my teammate, my frat brother, Nate Jackson, who has been blessed with the reoccurring role on Apple's Bad Monkey Season 2, which is executive produced and starring Vince Vaughn. So, shout out to our guy. He's killing it from the Netflix specials to the crowd work packs on YouTube. He's going crazy. And we always got to show our people love. As you can see, he's blessed us here on Almost the Weekend. So we just want to tell you, Nate, we're proud of you and keep going. Well, that's another Artist Corner. And when we come back, we'll be going into Community Corner. So stay tuned. You're watching Almost the Weekend.
Powerful sentiments, live musical performances, and soul food are all reasons you should grab your tickets to the annual Reparations, a Party for the People Gala on Saturday, November 8th. This year, we're celebrating wins for reparations and setting a powerful vision for the year ahead. We can't wait to see you there. Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm Besa Gordon, and today, me and Cuddy are joined by a Seattle legend, DJ Supreme LaRock. Let me get into my intro. DJ Supreme LaRock has been setting vibes for decades, from spinning records as a kid to DJing for the Seahawks during their Super Bowl season. This weekend, he's bringing that same energy to the 2025 Earshot Jazz Festival, opening for Mid-Century Modern at the Georgetown Steam Plant. So before he hits the decks, you already know we had to have him come in here, let us know what the vibes are going to be, and talk about some music energy that's going on here in the city. Welcome to the show, fam.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm finally here.
Man,
on this side of the camera, though.
I'm about to say, on this side of the camera, because you was here like, what, a week or two ago? Well, welcome to the big seats. Now, let me ask you this. So, look, fam, you have been opening, actually, that's not even the question that I wanted to ask. You've been a huge part of Seattle's music scene for years. Like, how does it feel to still be really just making big moves and still making it shake out here over the years?
It's a blessing, man. I'm thankful and grateful. Gratitude is the attitude.
Absolutely. And then really just following up on that and considering the different like musical influences that you have that makes you a musician, like where does like jazz kind of fit into your musical DNA, seeing that we're about to be talking about?
Right. So as a youth, my pops listened to jazz, you know, Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Charlie Mingus, Thelonious Monk. So I grew up listening to it. It was already in my DNA. And then, you know, when I started producing and making beats, I was sampling a lot of jazz records and things like that. So it's second nature for me.
Come on, that's dope.
What was that moment when you were younger, and this isn't even in my questions, when you were like, okay, I've really mastered DJing? Because you really got into music when you were like 4.
Yeah, it's funny because I wouldn't even say that I've mastered it yet, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the older I get, the better I get, like fine wine.
Come on.
So now you've been known for blending sounds across genres. What's your secret to making those transitions feel seamless and soulful?
I think feeling the music and knowing the music. Because you could take something that might be 2 different beats per minute, you know, in tempo, but if the music drops out in the right space and you drop the next song in, it still flows and makes sense. So it's knowing the music, feeling the music.
And I think we've both been to clubs where someone didn't know or feel the music.
Right.
You're like, what just happened here?
Right. And then speaking of feeling the music and, you know, feeling the vibe, so like, how do you plan on or like explain to the viewers what it'll be like carrying that over now into like a jazz space, like considering the history with like being able to mix like old school sounds with more of a modern style vibe?
Right. So the thing is, like a lot of the jazz, I'm playing some newer, but mostly older classical things. And it sounds new. People don't know that it's old. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's, like I said, things that have been sampled, a lot of hip-hop beats made out of them. And so, you know, people will come up and say, oh, you know, you're going to play something old. And I'm like, this is old. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Old to you, new to them.
That part. So let me ask you this. You're also an international DJ. What has been some of your favorite places that you've gone to when DJing, but also maybe even made you look at DJing a little differently?
Japan, for sure. Japan's my number one, hands down, without question. They're just so into it and open. The UK is great. I feel like a lot of the other countries really embrace it even more than America does.
Wow.
I think because America creates it, they take it for granted. Right? You see it every day. It's just a part of your life. But they really embrace not just the music, but American culture. But, you know, I've been to the Middle East. And you never know where it's going to take you. That's the crazy thing. I've been sitting in places like, how did I get here? Like, and if I told people, they wouldn't believe me. And if I tell people the stories or what I've done, they're going to think I'm lying.
What's one of those?
Well, I signed some NDAs, so I can't talk about
there's
some
those.
of them. Just say a lot of celebrities, a lot of famous people.
Who would be someone that maybe someone in our audience that might be a little bit younger that might be surprised that you might have DJ'd for or with?
Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, Kanye, it's hard because I can't remember everybody. Lil Wayne.
What was there ever a moment in your career that you were DJing and you looked out in the crowd, everyone's living their best lives, and you were like, man, I'm really here and I'm doing this?
Yeah, probably that Super Bowl victory parade.
Yeah, that was
Because
a
it was
I
like half a
remember that.
million
That was a
people.
movie
It was
for
like half
sure.
a million people.
yeah.
And I was on the roof at Westlake Center.
Wow.
And I don't think nobody even knew I was. They
up
just
there,
heard the
huh?
music.
Yeah.
They didn't, I don't even know if they knew it was live. They might have thought it was a recorded mix or something. But looking out,
Wow.
and it was like, like ants for as far as you can see,
Yeah.
all the way down here. Where we're at right now. Like,
Wow. No, I remember that. And I remember like squeezing through, trying to
on.
get my little glimpse of the team as they came through on the bus. And
but
then
I
you
think
see
that's the biggest celebration Seattle's ever had, ever
Yeah.
seen. And once again, I could put that on my resume.
Come on.
And then speaking of your resume, if I'm not mistaken, you have your own label.
I do. I have a record label, Conception Records, which I founded with Sir Strath and DJ Earshot in the 90s. And we've kept it going. I've released numerous things in the past few years. And we do like limited editions. I might do like a 300 run of a 45, a 7-inch vinyl record or something. And they usually sell out like within 24 hours, become instantly collectible.
Wow.
If you go on a site like Discogs and look at my things, they're going for a little bit of money.
I was gonna ask you about your vinyls. Like you are big into vinyls. Like tell us about your record collection and how did it get started? Because I read a little bit about it, but there has to be a special
Right,
story
so
behind it.
you had mentioned earlier that I got a turntable when I was 4, and I got records for Christmas. And I played them, and I was looking at it spin in a circle. It's kind of hypnotic. You're looking at it spin around, and there's sound coming out of plastic. And I'm 4 years old, like, how is this happening?
Right.
So I was intrigued and enchanted, you know what I'm saying? And it really never stopped. I started exploring. What's funny is my mom says, she brought me all these kids' records, and she said I just tossed them. I didn't want them, but I went into her James Brown and all her funk stuff. That's from the beginning, that's what I was into. But I've just never, like I said earlier, I've never stopped.
Yeah. It's funny how like that music, that old school music is the ones that a lot of kids always gravitate to. But with you, it created a whole career for you.
Right. And who knew? Like I said, it's something I did out of love. And I never said in my head, I'm going to grow up, I'm going to be a DJ. And I'm gonna be I never thought I'd still be doing this or doing it on the level I'm doing it.
If you had to guess, how many vinyls do you have right now?
Over 100,000.
And out of that 100,000, what would you say is like your favorite or at least top 5?
You know what? It's crazy. That changes from week to week.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I might be on something and I play it all week, and then
Right.
I put something else on. So it's hard to say, especially with that amount.
Yeah.
But it's
100,000?
my mood and feeling of
Right.
that day, that minute.
That's
So
real.
that could change. We're all human. That could change at any second.
Right.
No, that makes sense. I think that we all have like those songs where it's like it's on repeat, and the next week you have a different set of
Right.
songs that are on repeat. But then you also have those core songs that stay on repeat.
Right.
Now, this weekend you are performing over at the Earshot Jazz Festival.
Yes.
Are you able to explain what that is for those that may have never heard of it?
Yeah, it's a long-standing, I'm not sure how long it's been around, but it's been around since I can remember. Pacific Northwest Festival focusing on jazz music. If you go to their website, you can get all the information. I don't want to give any wrong information. Honored to be a part of it. It's actually also a record release party for Mid-Century Modern, who will be performing that evening as well.
Absolutely, and that actually brings me into my next question. You are performing with them, or shall I say you're opening for them this year. How did that collaboration come together?
They just hit me up and they said, hey, you want to rock the Earshot Jazz Festival? I said, of course I do.
Like, why not?
Right.
Being that you are opening for them, like what is their musical vibe for those that may not know about modern?
you know, I really haven't checked out their album because it's brand new and they haven't gave it to me yet.
They didn't even give you a sneak
I
peek.
don't have it yet. You got to come to the show to check it out.
Hey, that's one way
That's
to get
fair.
the people there.
And that's the one way to get those tickets selling.
Right.
Did you have another question, Cuddy?
Yeah, but mine, I just wanted to more so tap into like the deep history that Seattle has with jazz music, but it's not necessarily gets the spotlight that it deserves. So like, how does it feel with you being in the position with this event to be able to shed light on that?
It's amazing. I mean, I'm not sure if you're aware of the Wheatl's Groove project I did. Word. It's an album that was Seattle jazz, soul, and funk.
Okay.
And I put a compilation out. There's actually 2 records out that I did, and there's a documentary out, so check for that.
Yeah, no, I need to check
but
that
you know,
out.
it's like it's all on the wall right here, man. It's all right in front of our face, right around us, under our noses. We just don't know it.
Right.
And then the Earshot Jazz Festival is known for celebrating musical innovation. How do you see DJ culture fitting into that evolution of jazz and live instrumentation?
I feel like it always has, honestly. Like I said, a lot to do with sampling, you know.
Yeah.
And there was a period, like Tribe Called Quest era and all that, was all jazz samples. And so it's just, I think it's a natural, you know, marriage between the two. Jazz and hip-hop is kind of the same thing. It's improvised. Freestyling, it's improvised. So it's basically the same thing, in my opinion.
I do also like that you pointed out, like, you know, what's happening behind us within all of these photos in terms of the history of jazz within Seattle. And I think that, I don't know what it is, but I sometimes think that people don't realize how deep jazz runs within this city.
I don't think so either.
And the simple fact that it's still here with the Earshot Jazz Festival, I think it kind of revives it. But yeah, I think and maybe it's because grunge got so big at one point. Maybe that's what it is. It's where, I don't want to say it overshadowed it, but maybe it kind of did. But I do feel that people have forgotten how deep that our jazz history is here.
Definitely.
Did you have any more questions, Cuddy? Because you know I have my hot 10.
No, you got yours.
I do have my hot 10. But before I get into it, I do want to ask you this. I always like to ask people like yourself that have such longevity in the game. Like, I mean, you don't have to give out all of your secret sauce, but what is the secret? Like, I remember I ran into you over at a Kraken game. You know, you were with the Seahawks when they won the Super Bowl. So, like, what is that longevity for you to stay out here, stay fresh, and stay in demand at that?
Well, like I said, gratitude is the attitude, and I just keep going. My main secret, which I tell everyone, is don't quit. If you quit, you can't keep going. And you don't know how close you might be to making it when you quit. And my blessings come because people just keep hitting me up. There was a time, early 2000s, when I was like, I think I'm done with this. And I actually decided to quit. I'm like, I'm done. And the next day my phone rang and I got this dope gig. And then the next day I got 2 dope gigs, and then it just snowballed.
Wow.
Right.
And I'm lucky enough that they're still coming. But be true to yourself, you know. Don't do it to be famous, you know, do it for the love.
That's real. And before you get to your rapid fire questions, just more so on a personal note, like what does it mean to you to be a part of the Earshot Jazz Festival? And like what do you hope the people can take away from this event after hearing your set? It's just dope to me to be a part of something historic that's been going on for so long in the Northwest. Absolutely. And to be tied to that and have that on my resume, that I can say, hey, you know what? I rocked the Earshot Jazz Festival. And I just want people to be open-minded. I mean, I know there's jazz lovers, but even, you know, younger people to come and experience and hear something that they might not normally hear, and hear how dope it can be. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I might change their perspective a little. It might not.
Musical palette, you know, expand.
But
that
yeah,
as
so
well.
I want that's the takeaway, that they come away feeling good, thinking, man, that was really dope.
Well, now that we've gotten to know you a little bit more, I like to ask people rapid fire questions.
Okay.
They're short questions. They're short questions with short answers, but they're fun. I think this first one is very, very obvious. Vinyl or digital? What's your go-to when you want to vibe out?
Vinyl.
What's one song that never fails to get the crowd moving, no matter the decade?
Almost any Michael Jackson.
That's a good one. If you could time travel to any music era just to party, where are you going?
Where am I going?
Or shall I say, what
Or what
time era, or what era are you going to?
You know, 72 to 74 was extra funky. Everything in that era was funky, from the clothes to the hairstyle to the cars. Everything was funky. But when I see the disco era and how much fun they're having and the vibe, I don't know if there was anything better than that. And I was too young to experience it, but I would go there to see what it was like.
That is a nice era. I might have to come with you on that one. If you could only keep 3 vinyls for the rest of your life, which ones would it be?
Oh, man. Sade for sure.
Yeah, ooh, come on. I got a
Sade
couple
for
of
sure.
those.
I got to do 2 more. That's it. No,
You
that's
can
it.
do 2 more,
No,
but if that's
Sade-
all
nah,
you need, that's all
Sade.
you need.
Sade, that's all I need.
Come on.
What's the most unexpected song that you've ever dropped in a set that had people going wild?
La Chona.
La Chona.
What's that?
What's that?
heard that
What a
one.
song?
Yeah, I haven't heard that one.
Who's
La
that by?
Chona. I don't know the name of the group. It's a Mexican record.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But people heard it, they felt it, and they
They
went.
go nuts.
Okay.
That's another thing. I like to throw curveballs in my sets.
Ah,
I don't know if you've ever been out and heard me play, but I might throw something crazy in the middle of the set, and people either love it or hate it. It goes either way.
Yeah.
But they always remember me.
That's true.
that's all that matters.
And that's all that matters. You know, it's like, yeah, I remember him. He threw something real random up
Yeah.
in there. I'm not really sure what it was. I had to ask Siri, but it was a vibe. What's your pre-show ritual before hitting the decks?
What's that?
What's your pre-show ritual before you start doing a set?
A disco nap.
A disco nap.
You got to get your nap in. You got to be up late. DJing brings late hours, so you want to be well rested.
That's real.
You know, like 6 bottles of water in my disco nap. I'm
Okay.
good.
Rested and hydration. If you could have any artist, past or present, sample one of your mixes, who would it be?
Oh,
That's a
boy.
good one.
That's a tough one. I can't answer that.
We're just going to say possibly Sade. And then, who's one Seattle artist or DJ that you think deserves way more recognition right now?
Right now, there's some older DJs I think deserve some recognition.
Let's go older.
Mike Joyce, John England, Kevin Jones. These were kind of like the guys I was looking up to when I came up. And so they're like the originators. Now, back then, you had like 3 DJs and 20 clubs. Now you have 300 DJs and 10 clubs.
Right.
That part. It's definitely changed over the years.
Absolutely.
And then last one. Finish this sentence. When I'm on the turntables, I feel.
Great.
I like that. Well, the last thing that we are going to have you do is look into this camera, the one without the hood. Have you look directly in there, and then tell everybody why they need to pull up to the 2025 Earshot Jazz Festival to see you perform this Saturday and what they are in store for.
You're in for a treat, a musical adventure. Pull up, because who knows when it'll happen again. And you only live once. COVID's over. You can go outside now. And it's early. You can still be home and be in bed early.
This is very true, because we all got to get our naps, okay? Or if you're like me, you want to go watch wrestling. Look, you guys, make sure that you grab your tickets for the 2025 Earshot Jazz Festival. And dude, Supreme Rock is actually performing this Saturday, so make sure you pull up. But it's also going on all weekend, so make sure you also show everybody some love. We want to thank you for tapping in,
Thank
giving
you.
us your wisdom,
Appreciate it.
making sure that we all keep our gratitude and stay grounded. And man, hopefully we can have you back on the show again, and you can give us some more tips on DJing and just.
For sure.
I
We'll
think
bring some
that
vinyls
long.
in.
We'll do
the-
something. We'll
I
figure
would
something
love
out.
to see that vinyl collection. Like, bring us some pictures or something like that.
We'll do that.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me. Well, you guys, with that being said, Cuddy,
It's time for a commercial break.
it is time for a break, and when we come back, we got our weekend picks. Of course, it's almost the weekend. Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm Besa Gordon.
And I'm Cuddy.
And you guys, it is time for our weekend picks.
Wow.
Where you going?
I think I'm going to tap in with the Rhythm and Flow event because I've recently started dialing into a house party vibe as far as music.
Oh.
And so I'm expanding my taste, and I love yoga, so I'm just going to combine those two worlds.
Sounds like a schmoody woo to me. I think I am going to actually go to Scope screenings for the Halloween edition. Now, Scope was trying to sit here and be like, you know, you got to dress up. And I don't know about that. I might just put a COVID mask on and call it a day, okay? That might be all you get out of me. However, I definitely want to pull up the Scope screenings. It's always a vibe. I'm always meeting new people. And then it's, you know, it's nice to be around other creatives in film.
Can't beat it. Shout out to Lex.
So, with that being said, look, friends, that's it for this week's Almost the Weekend. Oh, really quick, I have to say happy birthday to big sis Trey Renee. Her birthday is on Sunday. So, although she was not with us this week for City Beats, child, she is about to be living her best life this weekend, or at least getting a little bit of rest for her birthday. And I just want to say happy birthday to you, big sis. Love you much. And pretty soon I will be taking my Amtrak down to Portland to tap in with you. Okay. So, in the meantime, between time, quick reminder, make sure that you are taking Metro this week as you are going around to your different events, living your best life and being outside because, again, you know, I can actually see the freeway from my apartment and the traffic is... I wouldn't want any parts. However, look, friends, if you want to keep up with me on social media, you can keep up with me on social media at Besa Gordon. And, of course, if you would like to advertise on Almost the Weekend, reach out to advertise@whereweconverge.com.
And if you guys want to keep up with me, you can follow me at Cuddy the Sensei, CUDDYTHA Sensei. And if you want your event featured on the show or on our event calendar, just go to events@whereweconverge.com. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Almost the Weekend PMW.
Yes.
Sir.
We definitely need to do that. Should we do a Facebook page too soon?
Yeah, for our older fans, you know, back to the OGs.
Yeah, I feel like they might be missing out because I know my mom ain't got no Instagram.
But
we gotta round it out. We got y'all.
We got events at the Esquire and whatnot. They gotta be.
We'll round it out. We'll get that by next week, okay? In the meantime, between time, like Cuddy said, Instagram at Almost the Weekend PNW. But speaking of that, Cuddy.
It's almost the weekend.
It's almost the weekend. So you already know what that means. We will talk to you guys soon because it's almost the weekend. Peace.